Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today, we're diving into one of the most chilling chapters of psychological history, the sensory deprivation experiments. Imagine completely cutting yourself off from the world. No sights, no sounds, no touch. What would happen to your mind? You might think it'd be peaceful, a chance for your brain to truly rest. But as we're about to discover, the reality was far more terrifying. Back in the mid-20th century, during the Cold War, scientists weren't just looking to space. They were exploring the vast, unknown universe inside our own heads. They had a radical idea. If you could strip away all sensory input, could you unlock the true essence of consciousness? This led to some truly unsettling studies. At first glance, they seemed harmless. Volunteers just lying still in a quiet room. But nobody, not even the researchers, was prepared for what this would unleash. The whole concept kicked off in the 1950s with psychologist Donald Hebb at McGill University. He posed a profound question. What if we completely disconnected a person from the outside world? Hebb believed that if the brain didn't have to constantly process sights, sounds, and touches, it would finally rest, revealing its true nature. Students, eager for $20 a day, became the first volunteers. They lay in soundproof chambers, wearing gloves, goggles, and ear coverings. No sound, no light, no contact, just absolute silence. You'd think silence would be calming, right? Wrong. Within just a few hours, things got weird. Participants started hearing voices that weren't there, seeing flashes of light in the darkness, or feeling invisible hands touching them. After a day, many couldn't focus. After 48 hours, paranoia set in, and by 72 hours, some were crying, trembling, begging to stop. It was like their brains, deprived of real input, started inventing their own reality. Hallucinations, images, sounds, memories, all swirling together like dreaming while wide awake. Hebb's conclusion was stark. The human brain isn't built for silence. When you take away reality, it simply creates a new one. And here's where it gets truly unsettling. When Hebb's findings were published, the CIA and U.S. military paid very close attention. They realized that if sensory deprivation could disorient the mind so effectively, it could be used to break a person's will, without a single physical blow. Soon, prolonged sensory deprivation became a dark tool in interrogations and psychological training. Prisoners were kept in bright white rooms 24/7 or submerged in neutral temperature water for hours. No visible scars, no beatings, just the slow, insidious erosion of the mind until they couldn't distinguish real from imagined. In fact, a 2004 United Nations report even listed it as one of the most sophisticated forms of psychological torture, precisely because it destroys identity without leaving a trace. Fast forward to today, and sensory deprivation has actually made a comeback, but in a much gentler form. Think float therapy. Across the world, people voluntarily step into float tanks, warm, saltwater cocoons where they're cut off from all external stimuli. The goal isn't experimentation, but relaxation and mental balance. Some describe it as melting into the universe, a deeply meditative experience. Others admit they came face to face with their deepest fears. Science suggests that a few quiet minutes can calm the mind, but hours can still cause disorientation. The line between deep meditation and delusion can be surprisingly thin. The sensory deprivation experiments taught us a profound truth. The human brain needs the world, just as the world needs conscious minds. We weren't meant to escape light, sound, or other people. Silence only truly serves us when it helps us hear our inner voice more clearly, not when it plunges us into darkness. In our incredibly noisy, overstimulated world, it almost feels like we're experiencing a new kind of sensory deprivation. Our minds are so bombarded with information that sometimes we feel nothing at all. And ironically, the only way to truly wake up from that overstimulation is to hit pause. You don't need a float tank or a soundproof room to find peace. Sometimes all it takes is a few quiet moments each day, a small ritual of mindfulness, like taking a moment to truly savor a warm cup of herbal tea, letting the gentle aroma of ginseng and ginger rise around you. It's not just a drink, it's an anchor, bringing your senses back to the present. In this chaotic world, your senses don't need to be shut down. They just need to be healed and reconnected. Thank you so much for joining me on this fascinating and a little bit unsettling journey into the human mind. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. And let me know in the comments, would you ever try a float tank? We'll see you next time.